You fall down. No ground, no air. The wind cuts through your skin like invisible blades as darkness devours everything around you. But this darkness is not silent. It screams. Colossal voices echo from the depths, so ancient they carry the fury of millennia. Amidst these screams, something different, a deeper sound. Hungry. Golden eyes, bigger than mountains, open into the void. They are not of the Titans, nor of the gods. They are from something older than chaos itself. A long voice comes from the abyss. Finally, fresh meat. Your body spins in the void. Bones float beside you like dead stars. Flaming currents pass nearby, tearing at your skin. Then, a chance. A thick chain, covered in shiny spikes, appears before you. Holding on might save your life, but it will tear your flesh to the bone. Do you hold, or let the fall continue towards the place that not even Zeus dares to pronounce? A sarcastic whisper cuts through the silence. It gets worse. Today you'll discover how to survive the gods' cruelest hell and the secret that Tartarus has held since before Olympus existed. Because down there, it's not a prison, it's a predator. You wait for the impact, but it never comes. The void begins to change. The walls of the abyss are not stone, they are flesh. Pulsating surfaces, giant veins running between cracked rocks. Each beat is a dull thunder that vibrates through your body, shaking bones, tearing the silence. Tartarus is not just a prison, it's alive and knows you've arrived. The air is thick, hot, thick with whispers. Words and forgotten languages drip down the walls, mingling with the sound of the blood rushing through their veins. Bones float like dead constellations, slowly rotating, some with open eyes staring at you, begging without mouths. Then colossal chains appear before you. Trapped within them, two giants, two titans. Kronos, the devourer of children, with a cracked face and a mocking smile, eyes that shine like rotten gold. Iapetus, the silent, with deep scars and a gaze that weighs like stone. Tartarus is in turmoil. The chains vibrate and groan. The ground trembles beneath their feet, or what's left of them in this hell. The sound isn't just pain, it's hunger. He knows who you are. Why does Tartarus know your name? Why do you feel like it's been waiting for you for millennia? And what else is alive down there? From the depths of the abyss, a dull thump responds. Each pulse shakes his chest from within, as if it were his own heart beating outside his body. Your chest burns. The blood inside you glows for an instant, golden light that is not human. Kronos laughs, a laugh that echoes in the darkness. You shouldn't be here, but you shouldn't exist either. All of Tartarus holds its breath. He recognized you, and it seems to be waiting for you.
The chains vibrate like thunder, reacting to his golden blood that glows in the dark. Each beat echoes off the living walls of the abyss like an ancient and deadly call. The greatest of the Titans, Kronos, lies trapped there, his shackles burning against his cracked skin, a ferocious presence, his silent rage cutting through the air. Tartarus pulses with betrayal. It wasn't just defeat in war that trapped him here. It was the betrayal of Zeus and of Gaia herself, his ancient mother, that shaped this living prison. Around him, the landscape is torn apart. Lightning rips through the sky, mountains explode, and the conflict between titans and gods echoes in endless destruction. The world is torn between colossal monsters and divine warriors, fire and blood that bathe the abyss. Zeus, feared ruler, raises his thunderbolt as Hera watches with a cold smile, a cruel game between power and revenge. Kronos, the fallen king, devours his own children in a desperate attempt to cheat fate. Divine blood drips into Tartarus, giving life to eyes and mouths that scream in eternal agony on the walls of the abyss. You come back to the present, breathless, feeling the weight of a history that cannot be ignored. The fear of Zeus is no accident. It is fear of what you represent, of the power in your blood that awakens Tartarus. Half human, half something more ancient, something forbidden, something that not even the gods dare name. The dilemma gnaws at your mind. Trust these imprisoned monsters, or wait for the gods who left you to your own devices? All of Tartarus seems to await your choice, vibrating in anticipation. And the question that burns like fire in your veins: if Zeus feared what you are so much, what will you be able to free now?
The entire abyss whispers your name. Not one voice, but 1,000 voices. Whispers that trickle down the living walls, creep through the warm air, entering your ears like sweet poison. Half human, half something greater. His chest burns. Golden veins ignite beneath his skin, pulsing like rivers of incandescent fire. Heat burns inside, warning that something is changing. Kronos watches, his low, broken laughter echoing hungrily in the darkness. Iapetus tilts his head, cold and calculating, measuring each beat of his heart. Your blood doesn't belong anywhere. The ground shakes violently. Floating bones shatter in midair and reform into grotesque shapes, faces that mimic yours, screaming silently. You close your eyes and the vision pierces you like a blade. Dark future. You upon a mountain of divine corpses. Zeus's lightning bolts split in half. Olympus in flames. Hecatonshires kneel before you, swearing allegiance. You gasp and open your eyes, smelling the blood still in the air. Tartarus laughs, not with his mouth, but with the very ground pulsing beneath his feet. Your blood can free or destroy. The dilemma tears you apart inside. Revenge against the gods who betrayed you, or total destruction along with everything they protect. Iapetus's weariness seems to echo in the air, a silent bet on his downfall or survival. And Kronos? His hoarse laughter makes the chains drag in the silence of the abyss. Free the titans first, and then the real fun begins. Tartarus pulses stronger, its beat echoing within you. What if you're not just a prisoner? What if the real monster is you?
The sound starts low, a dull rumble like thunder trapped underground. Then silence. Then the bang explodes. It's not just a sound, it's an impact that goes through your body. Shock waves ripple through your bones, crushing your chest, making your teeth rattle. All of Tartarus trembles, as if breathing, and each breath is a sharp pain. The living walls tear apart, spitting out flesh and bone. From the abysses emerge the hecaton cheers. 100 arms, 50 heads, eyes blazing like liquid fire, mouths screaming in forgotten languages, a mixture of hunger and rage. They fall into the abyss in grotesque cascades, writhing in the chains that hold the titans captive. Kronos' harsh laughter reverberates. Missing his neighbors? They bite more than they talk. The heat rises. Broken bridges of stone and bone float in the void, connecting distant chasms. Every step makes these structures groan, pieces falling into rivers of fire below. Monsters crawl across the ceiling, claws scratching the living walls, making Tartarus scream. The flesh pulses. The ground moves, trying to knock you down. You run, aimlessly, surrounded by chaos. The Hecaton cheers cry out in unison, 100 voices merged into one, as if chaos itself spoke. The threat is clear. Freedom for the Titans in exchange for their survival, or solitary escape, knowing that no one escapes Tartarus. The dilemma cuts deeper than the burning currents. Trust hungry monsters that can betray, or die alone in the clutches of the abyss. Behind you, the 100 arms move, some to grasp, some to break free. The ground trembles, bridges break, screams echo. Tartarus is not just a spectator, it is a participant, and it delights in the chaos. And the question burns in his mind like a red-hot iron.
The cry of the Hecaton Kyres ceases abruptly, and the silence that remains hurts. It's not peace. It's like the sound has been ripped from the air, leaving your ears throbbing and your heart beating too loudly in the void. The living walls retract. The floor pulsates beneath your feet. Then you realize the terrifying truth. The abyss does not react to you. The abyss is him, Tartarus. Not a prison, not a place, but a living being. The entire space around it reveals itself. A body stitched together by flaming chains, deformed faces emerging and disappearing from its black skin, each screaming its own pain. In the center, a colossal eye opens, a slowly rotating golden vortex, staring at you with ancient hunger. The voice that escapes comes not from a mouth, but from everything. From every stone, every bone, every drop of blood. Sharp whispers. You. The air Zeus tried to hide. Gravity goes haywire. You float and fall at the same time. Bridges break, chains twist, the whole space screams. His chest burns, golden veins burning beneath his skin. The golden eye of Tartarus glows brighter, reflecting the pulsing light within you. Your blood can set me free. Even trapped, Kronos' hoarse laughter echoes. If you die, send your regards to Olympus. Pain tears through your body. Every heartbeat is a thunderclap that could shatter the world. The entity around you offers a silent choice. Sacrifice your humanity to become as ancient as chaos, or die human here, in this abyss. The golden eye does not blink. He waits. Tartarus wears the scene itself like living skin. Would you face hell itself, knowing it wears your skin?
The cry of Tartarus disappears. The chaos of the Hecatonchirus dissolves into thin air. And for the first time since you fell here, silence. But it is not peace. It's a heavy silence that presses your ears until it hurts. You feel the air being sucked from your lungs, a dense emptiness, so dense that your own heart hesitates to beat. The living walls stop pulsating. The heat disappears. The air turns cold. Tartarus holds its breath. At the bottom of the abyss, something begins to materialize. A black, immense gate, not made of stone, but alive. Cracks breathe, releasing blue smoke. Dull beats echo from within, like a slow, patient heart. Currents float around, breaking and reforming themselves, trapped in an indecisive time between open and closed. One step, not yours. It comes from the other side. The breathing is different, slow, orderly, too deep to be deadly. And then a voice emerges. Hades knows you're here. It's not the chaos of Tartarus, it's order. Cold, deadly. Kronos' dark smile echoes in the darkness. The host of the party has arrived. Iapetus, in silence, almost bows. The game has changed. The gate creaks, releasing a darkness unlike the one that swallowed you when you fell. Colder, sharper. Did you think you had seen hell? The underworld has just opened its door.
The black gate slowly opens. A gust of cold wind cuts across the abyss like a sharp blade. It's not the sweltering heat of Tartarus. It's a bone-piercing cold, cutting from the inside out, tearing pieces of you apart with every breath. Two forces face each other, chaos and order, Tartarus and Hades, and you're stuck in the middle of this war. The Titan's chains vibrate, begging for freedom. Cronus pulls at the shackles, his maddened grin lit by the living flames of the abyss. The poisonous promise echoes in the air. Release us, and you will live. We will destroy Olympus, and the throne will be yours to choose. Iapetus, cold as stone, mutters, or die human, and prove that Zeus was right to fear you. From the gate, Hades' icy voice cuts through the silence, sharp as a blade. Arrest them now, and I will save you. The darkness of the underworld curls around her legs like living smoke, offering escape, but at an unknown price. Tartarus throbs, hungry. The walls scream their hunger. The golden eye watches, voracious. Every beat of your heart weighs like a hammer. The weight of choice tears you apart inside. Unleash the Titans and plunge into a war of gods and monsters? Or trust Hades and sell your soul to survive? Cronus laughs, the sound reverberating through the abyss like breaking iron. Choose quickly or die undecided. The gate opens wider. Hades' breath approaches. Tartarus trembles beneath your feet. Would you free monsters or sell your soul to survive?
The world breaks apart, literally. The sound is deafening, but not just heard. You feel the rumble reverberate inside your bones. The air is sucked from the abyss, as if the universe itself took a deep breath. Your body is thrown up and down at the same time. Sharp pain, crushing pressure. The chains break. The black gate cracks. Tartarus itself shrinks, as if it had been stabbed in the heart with a blade. The ground beneath your feet, if it can even be called a ground anymore, drops away. And you fall. Again. But now it's not just darkness. It's memory. It's future. It's destiny. Images explode around you, screaming in impossible colors. Troy in flames, the heat burning your skin. Gods falling, their gigantic bodies cracking the earth. Athena bleeding, holding a broken spear, the smell of iron in the air. Apollo screams as the sun goes out, plunging the world into darkness. A red sea of divine blood swallowing entire cities, the metallic taste invading your mouth. Overlapping voices, promises and curses in 1,000 languages that should never exist. And you, standing in the middle of chaos, eyes shining in gold and darkness, commanding monsters that have no name. The chaos has only just begun. The voice is not Cronus, not Hades, not even Zeus. It's yours, a whisper that echoes into infinity. Visions shatter. You return to the abyss, falling, always falling.
And at the end of the fall, a throne. Black, colossal, made of bones and obsidian. Breathing, waiting. The throne of Hades. He offers no salvation. He demands that you claim him. You will sit on that throne, or die trying to snatch it from Hades. You wake up. No more falling, but sitting down on a cold black throne made of bones and obsidian. The ice penetrates your skin and runs down your spine. It's not just cold, it's a weight that holds you down, as if the throne wants to melt into you, as if the underworld wanted to make you part of it. Broken chains drag across the ground, vibrating with echoes of Tartarus. Each vibration accompanies the beat of your heart. Before you, the gates of the underworld open, too high for mortals, too heavy for gods. On the other side, only darkness. But it is not empty. It is a sea of souls, screaming in silence. The breathing behind you is slow, steady, deep. And then the voice. It doesn't come from behind, not even from the front. It comes from everything, from the walls, from the very blood that runs through your veins. Now you are my guest, or my prisoner. Hades' voice fills everything. It doesn't scream. It is not necessary. It is inevitable. The entire underworld bows to his will, and now he recognizes you. Zeus knows you've awakened, Kronos feels that you exist, and Tartarus will never forget you. Silence. Then the sound of chains closing again, not around him, but around the world. The next step? It's not about surviving. It's choosing. You accept the throne or break the underworld to escape. If you survive Tartarus, the underworld awaits you. Continue the saga. The next level has already begun.